conquering mighty beasts, traveling the globe, and collecting artifacts, Lara Croft has quite the extensive resume.
I finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Tomb Raider games. These are the games starring Lara Croft that best combine their pulp adventure stories with clever, puzzling, and often intense gameplay. Two conditions before we move on. First, we will not be including any non-platforming games from the franchise. We apologize to Puzzle Paradox. Second, we are permitting the Lara Croft games, as they fit in with the atmosphere and tone of the central Tomb Raider franchise.
You are a murderer and a tyrant, Set. We will grant justice for Osiris and seal you into what forever.
Number 10, Tomb Raider Chronicles. Nostalgia defines this title more than anything. Tomb Raider Chronicles picks up where its predecessor left off, as a memorial is held in Lara's honor. Those closest to Miss Croft tell of her various exploits, which make up the varied vignette-like levels of the game. More of a best-of compilation than a grand innovator, the game is still a fun, if poignant reminder that our beloved heroine will never be forgotten. She's just gone for a while.
Indeed, we can only hope and pray that she may yet return to us.
Number 9, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Not a bad note to end on. This was Lara's final hour. Pitted against her former mentor Werner von Croy, Lara is soon forced by her own error to reseal the Egyptian god Set in his tomb. As per series tradition, this means venturing across Egypt and collecting the various pieces of the god's Horus armor. The Last Revelation returns Lara to tomb raiding and makes small but valuable tweaks to the series. Smoother visuals, new abilities like rope climbing, and even the freedom to replay levels. Number 8, Tomb Raider 3: Adventures of Lara Croft.
The place is where I'd like you to go.
Sounds good to me.
Lara's third outing proved the franchise still had charm to spare. While on an expedition to India, Miss Croft is drafted on a quest to locate and gather 4 Polynesian artifacts by Dr. Mark Willard, head of a mining company with personal interest in these affairs. The game's strength lies partially in its outlandishness, shifting from adventure to science fiction to horror and back again at the drop of a hat. Something can also be said for refining the experience, as Adventures of Lara Croft adds new hazards and a sprint ability. Number 7, Tomb Raider Underworld.
I have no illusions that my mother is holding court in some mythical paradise, Alistair. I only want the truth, whatever it may be.
Even in the darkest of times, greatness can shine through. Picking up after a substantial development in her personal life, Lara begins an expedition to find the realm of Avalon, while her old foe Natla returns to cause her grief.
But when that day comes, you'll need Thor's hammer to get inside.
Tomb Raider Underworld encapsulates payoff more than anything, as its story serves as the closure to the setup of Legend and Anniversary. That being said, the vibrancy of the jungles and temples, the increase in non-linear levels, and the quiet addition of melee combat all deserve celebration. Number 6, Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris.
My little gods, have you come at last to bow before me?
Though different in appearance, this is still a classic Lara Croft adventure.
We will keep that in mind.
Lara is forced to cooperate with her rival Carter Bell, as well as the freed gods Osiris and Isis, in order to prevent the more malevolent gods Set rise to power.
Since you will not bow to me as Kepri did, then my spirits will devour your flesh.
Temple of Osiris uses the top-down platforming template to great effect, filling its world with puzzles that inspire player cooperation and explorable temples that feel lively enough to be characters in their own right. Number 5. Tomb Raider Legend. As the curtain closes on one story, it opens on the next.
Just because no one's ever caught one, doesn't mean they're not real.
Legend takes Lara back to basics with a globe-trotting search for the pieces of Excalibur, slowly peeling back the cover to reveal a more personal mystery at the story's core.
Stay here. What? Who are you?
This series' reboot also continues the tradition of introducing new mechanics, such as the grappling hook and QuickTime events, while drawing in newcomers to the series with a kinder, more lively Lara Croft.
And now we're going to have a useful conversation. It's turned out quite nicely.
Number 4. Tomb Raider 1996. Sometimes the classics never go out of style, even if their control schemes do. The setup here is simple. Lara gets a call from famed mogul Jacqueline Natla, asking for assistance in the search for a lost artifact called the Scion of Peru.
You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
However, the road ahead is complicated by deception, devious plotting, and the presence of mythological figures. Nothing about the experience gets too overwhelming though. Lara takes everything in stride, and the game succeeds thanks to its varied locales, clever puzzles, and its willingness to let the player proceed at their own pace. Number 3. Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Now what's a man gotta do to get that sort of attention from you?
It's a celebration for one heck of a legacy. Per the guidelines of being a remake, Tomb Raider Anniversary follows the same plot as the first game. Lara is still tasked with locating the Scion artifact in Peru, but soon finds herself embroiled in an international hunt. While set in the same locations, this particular adventure benefits from a high-definition makeover that brings out the natural beauty of its environments. It merges the more fluid controls of Legend with the classic puzzles of the original Tomb Raider. Evidently, a match made in heaven.
You've reached the top, Lara. There's nowhere left to go but down.
Number 2. Tomb Raider 2, starring Lara Croft. This installment puts Lara on the hunt for the mythic Dagger of Zion, and was the series' peak for the entire classic series. This adventure pits Lara against the Fiamma Nera cult, climaxing in a fight against a dragon, and even taking the fight to Lara's mansion for some sweet home field action. Violence and conflict being more prevalent in the story, it's a natural evolution for Lara Croft's second outing to focus more on combat, introducing vehicle sections and weapons like the M16 and grenade launcher. However, the game also gave players new ways to platform, like mid-air rolling and wall climbing, a godsend for the future of the series. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Tomb Raider 2013. Shifting from globe-trotting adventure to grim thriller, this second reboot to the Tomb Raider franchise acts as an origin story for Miss Croft.
Here's the soon-to-be world-famous archaeologist, Lara Croft, in her native habitat.
In the wake of an unexpected shipwreck, are they ever expected? Lara is forced to come into her own as she explores a mysterious island and uncovers its mysteries.
And she's given your power and becomes the new queen.
Throughout the combination of intense action set pieces, grim story turns, picturesque environments, and Lara's inspiring development into an empowered heroine, Tomb Raider 2013 proves to be a tour de force for the franchise. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite Tomb Raider adventure?
After all, you're a Croft.
For more swashbuckling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Now let's take a break, okay? Okay.